welcome once again to Diversity TV Weekly in partnership with Alberta TV. The week has been extremely busy. Lots of things happening this week. So we are going to share stuff with arts and culture. So talking about culture, the very first thing that comes to our mind this week is the orange sea that engulfed the city of Edmonton this week. It was a gulf of orange shirts in the city of Edmonton to remember and to say never again to the situation of residential schools in Edmonton. So we have this to share with some of the videos.
My name is Amanda Lamott and I'm with the Okanagan First Nation. I work with the Edmonton Catholic Schools Indigenous Learning Services Department, and these are students of Edmonton Catholic Schools. And we are here at Orange Shirt Day offering the soothing sounds of the native style flute. All of the flutes are made from wood and the story is very beautiful. The music plays better than words ever could say.
My name is Shantea English Eagle Child, and my traditional name is Holy Horsewoman. Today we are here to acknowledge Orange Shirt Day, a day we have to reflect on our country's history and to honor the residential school survivors, those who attended residential schools and those who never returned home. It was a time when children were deliberately and systemically taken from their families as a way to kill the Indian within the child. The policy of assimilation caused the loss of identity, the loss of culture, language, and broke kinship systems. And although I have not attended a residential school, many of my family members have.
The second story for the week, which is also around culture, is the launch of a new podcast called Otherwise. Otherwise is a podcast put together by Edmontonians artists. When wonderful, fantastic minds in Edmonton come together, what you produce is a wonderful product like Otherwise, to share stories from people of the multicultural communities in Edmonton.
Yes, Mommy made mistakes. I have watched her claw at her chest with regret. She thanks me for loving her still. Bravely she opened up the cage, let me fly. She waits for my return. This mother poem is not an open diary, but it is a testimony. How can I begin to tell you of a lion-hearted mother running towards gunfire to rescue her daughter? I may never know all the sacrifices my mama has made so that I could be alive to speak this poem for you today.
Tonight we are gathered here today for the podcast launch called Otherwise. It's wisdom from the other, because we value storytelling, but it's important that people get to tell their own stories. And so there's a collective of us that have come together to create a podcast called Otherwise so that we can start sharing the stories from the communities that are often overlooked.
We came together, a few of us, because we felt that there's not enough channels for communities of color to get their stories out. And podcast is a rising medium, and we wanted to take advantage of that.
The Ribbon Rouge Foundation is collaborating on the Otherwise podcast to contribute to the voices that would be told, the stories that would be told, and the voices that would be heard. And in particular, we're focusing on African, Caribbean, Black communities and ensuring that stories from these communities living in Edmonton are shared in a platform that actually really is authentic and tells our stories from the way we see it, our perspectives. And we really want to challenge popular paradigms about us, about our identities, our stories, our histories, how we got to be here, how we live our lives here. And so our podcast really explore these ideas about our differences and our similarities, even as African, Caribbean, Black people living in Edmonton.
The third story that we must share this week is the Cameroon community joined the celebration for Alberta Culture Days. This week was Alberta Culture Days, and Cameroon community was no different to celebrating the rich and wonderful cultures of Cameroon, from food to music to fashion show with Cameroonian traditional outfits and wonderful fun stuff. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. We are actually here as the Cameroonian Association of Edmonton. we are actually organizing this activity as part of the Alberta Culture Day, basically, which is actually showcasing the diversity of Canada and showing actually where our roots and where we are coming from. So we actually organize this free event to invite people from wherever, from everywhere in the world who actually live here in Edmonton to come and experience the communion, to be part of the communion experience, to see our culture, to listen to our music, to see the way we dance, and to see exactly also what we have as regarding representing our culture.
Yeah, you have some food to show us.
In Cameroon, we do have many kind of food, and this particularly is I will say in my language, because in Cameroon we have more than 200 languages. In Bangante they say it's mbukina. So this is a kind of cake, a granite cake. So we can eat it with anything we like, but usually we used to eat it with this one we call cassava. So beside that, we also have this we call puff puff.
Last weekend, precisely on Friday, Darren Jordan joined forces with National Black Coalition NBCC Edmonton chapter to celebrate arts in Edmonton. There was a fantastic visual arts competition which saw the winner of Natalie Meyer, and we have some videos to share. It was fun. Darren was fantastic in the organizing, supported by the National Black Coalition and lots of other people in the city who supported this project. It was good. So, you want to share your perspective on the different artistic works today?
Yes.
So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
What was it? I know number 2 and I believe it was number 4 was my 2 favorites.
Okay. Why?
For number 2, because I loved how he incorporated his object, that he chose. He had to incorporate an object, and the way he incorporated it was very interesting. It was abstract and not just incorporating it as a way of like adding it to a scenery or adding it to something, an idea he created. He just took the object and rolled with it and basically painted it in an abstract way, and I really enjoyed that. And then
Number 4?
And then for 4, I just love the whole vibe of it, the scene, and the way he decided to portray his subject. The way he just decided to paint it was amazing. With the hands out, and I just love the background and
But number 1.
yes.
So why do you think that one, even though it wasn't your favorite?
because it's still beautiful. It's right there. It's beautiful. And also the way I loved how she used her object. She didn't actually paint it. She decided to use it to paint. And I think that was an amazing idea. I honestly don't even think I would have thought about that. I would have probably made her hair the object or something. I would have never thought about that. So, and her choice of colors and the way she paints and blends is just beautiful. I love it. So I could definitely see why she won. It's amazing.
The thing I love most about art is that it is a universal language. So for me to put this onto a canvas today, my art battle felt really, really good. I was actually quite sick today, so I'm surprised that this came out. However, sometimes you just don't know what comes out on the canvas once you start. So this was the second art battle that I did today. It was 1 hour long for the 5 Artists 1 Love event tonight. I painted Black Girl Magic, so I painted a girl with a very large afro standing in the grass.
There's another very interesting thing that happened this week. It was the awards given by the Mennonite Center called the Rice Award. Our host, who is a guest host, Jay Sonny, who is the host of Guest of the Week, he was there at the Mennonite Center's events.
Rice Award 2018 was organized at Northlands Expo Center, organized by Mennonite Center of Newcomers, to celebrate the multiculturalism through awards. It was a graceful event organized by the Mennonite Center. It was attended by about 500 attendees, guests in the award ceremony. The awards were given in different categories: Rising Star Youth Award, Lifetime Achievement Award, Welcoming Workplace Award, Building Future Awards, Leadership Award, and Community Leadership Award. And there were people from different communities, from Syrian communities, from Lebanese communities, all over the communities, they just moved to Canada, and it was a very graceful event.
This week, we also had the opportunity to go all the way to Kananaskis to share the gospel of diversity and inclusion in Alberta. So we had the chance to share this wonderful message with human resource professionals across Alberta and BC. And it was a fantastic event, and the core message is Alberta is changing. Alberta is becoming very, very diverse. 1 out of every 5 Alberta is an immigrant, according to Statistics Canada. By 2036, this ratio is going to be 1 in 3. Human resources professionals and those who are helping to recruit people have to step up, change their game, step up their game, and adapt to change. It's not the strongest that survives or succeeds. It's the one that adapts to change. So this was what we shared in Kananaski with the human resources professional at the Western Cities Human Resources Conference 2018. And on this note, I will thank you all for watching. It was been nice pleasure listening to what we put together, Diversity TV and Arta TV. Stay tuned and talk to you next week. Thank you very much.